So we have some wine for today.
Okay, let's...
I think it's like the first video where we're having wine. Yeah. Does it feel different? Does it feel weird? Alcohol is not to be sold to persons under the age of 18. So we are putting this as a caution for everybody watching.
Okay, I'm just wondering.
No, I'm just...
Did we start already or what?
Yeah, we already started. This is how this video is with so many bloopers. We have a lot of bloopers today.
Because we said we start with...
Okay, alright. Let's start by smiling. Guys, are we ready?
Not smiling.
What's up everybody, welcome back to our channel. My name is Joe and this is the lovely Miss
Caro. Hi guys.
Yes, and Caro is from
Hungary.
And I am from Uganda, and Caro speaks
Hungarian.
and Joe speaks English. I know you expected me to say something like I speak some language from my country. Definitely. I speak maybe 3 different languages in Uganda. But this time I can only identify with English because English is our first language in Uganda. First language, weirdly, yeah. We were colonized by the British. Alright, so back into this video. The main reason for shooting this video today is because we want to do something that has been requested for a couple of times.
A long requested topic.
And what's this topic, Caro?
How did we meet?
How did we meet?
Ah, sorry.
It is good. It is good.
How did we meet?
Exactly. Exactly. I did this. Exactly.
That's why I speak Hungarian, Joe speaks English.
Yeah, and this is how our relationship is like. So most times when we're having conversations, it's not like I'll be looking out for places where she's making mistakes and be like, oh, correct this. No. Sometimes I go with the flow, but I'll always correct her whenever I can because I want her to speak good English too. So like this is an example of communication in our relationship. So she'd say something like, how did we meet? And I'd be like, meet. Yeah. And she'd be like, how did we meet? And I'm like, yeah, that's how you're supposed to say it.
Finally.
Yeah, so it's been a long requested video, not just from YouTube, but TikTok and Instagram and people asking how did we really meet. And we thought this video should be in that direction. So we talk about it and kind of like walk you guys into the details because in summary, our meeting talk would just be for a few minutes, but we also want to give you a rundown for the first 30 days of our relationship because we feel like that's how everything unfolded for us, yeah? Yeah, so story cut short, or rather short now. We're not going to do short stories. We are telling you everything today. So, in honesty, I know we've been saying we met online, but I think like there is a stigma about people who feel a little shy to talk about where they met online and which dating apps or which websites. I'm not ashamed to say that I was in a place in my life where I was looking for somebody to share my life with, find somebody who is more committed, more serious. So I tried a couple of dating apps as well. Bumblebee, is it Bumblebee or something Bee? Yeah, it's called something Bee. I've even forgotten its name. That shows you I didn't spend a lot of time on it. Couple of websites like Badu, just talking to people and nothing really serious until one time somebody told me to try Tinder, and I know that Tinder was a very popular application in between 2017 and 18 because that was like the time when it just blew up globally. The first couple of days, interacting with a couple of people. I didn't really go on dates with anyone, and just actually to my surprise at the time when I felt like Tinder wasn't really working out, a match came in. I had swiped right on someone before, and it took a while for that swipe back to return. And that person was Miss Carolina. What? Why are you blushing?
I just remembered those days. Okay, so the story is kind of same for me as well. Like I tried a couple of dating websites and applications, mostly Hungarian applications, websites, and I landed on Tinder because friends of me say that they met on Tinder, so I said, why not? I also can try it.
Yeah.
So I tried it. I was there for a couple of days and I said, no, no, this application is not really for me. But I saw somebody, this handsome guy next to me. I'm blushing too? Okay, I can see on your face. And I swiped to the right and I just saw it's match. So I said, okay, let's take the first step. So I wrote to him. Do you remember the first message from me?
Yes, now I remember. The first message Carol wrote to me is, do you speak Hungarian? That was the very first question. Do you speak Hungarian?
And his answer was, no.
Of course. Hungarian is such a hard language, and to find foreigners who speak Hungarian, they should have been in the country for at least more than 10 years.
It's real.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. So I mean, I've only been in Hungary for 5 years. So at the time when we met with Carol, it was my 3rd year here. Yeah, about 3 years. Yeah, 3 years in.
Yeah. But I don't know how, but we started to talk. In those days, I didn't speak English. I even don't know how we talk.
Yeah, but it's so funny. Like, let me be honest with you. So when Carol wrote to me, she wrote in English. Honestly, she wrote in English. So my first thought was, all right, cool. Somebody has reached out already. Like, I matched with this girl. We kept on going back and forth with English and trying to, Now here's the most confusing part. Okay, from the time of matching to the time when we first met physically.
Wait, can I say something?
Yeah.
So I told him, yes, I understand some English, but I can't really speak. Those days I used Google Translate to answer his questions. So, yeah, and one day he just sent me an audio message.
In English.
Of course in English, yes. And guys, it took hours to understand that message. I didn't understand the words, the meaning of the words. I started to use Google Translate, but no, it was very hard. But I don't know how I figured out what he wanted to say.
I still don't know how, but well, it worked.
So I knew that I should answer him in audio message as well. So I used Google Translate. I wrote down everything what I wanted to say to him. I picked my phone with my paper and I read it, recorded, read it, and sent.
That was so brave. That was so brave, honestly.
And that's why he thought I know English.
Yeah. Because when like, if somebody doesn't speak good English, you will know. Like, okay, this person doesn't speak good English. Of course, I knew she didn't speak a lot of English, but in the way it was said, I was convinced at least she can communicate. That was the most important thing for me.
I just had to figure out how to communicate to him, and that was the way. Google Translate.
Yeah, and I think like the crazy bit was like, even when your messages kept coming in, for me, I even didn't care at that moment. Like, do you speak little Hungarian? I mean, little English, or a lot of English, or very, very, very little English? I was like, but I could see we could try and communicate, and I was already convinced actually that this is going to be good, And I think from that part there of trying to be convinced that she can speak English, so it was around Christmas period when we wanted to actually meet, but that period there she traveled back home to Serbia to her family for Christmas, and we agreed that we shall meet on the 30th of December, and that would be the first day when we'd go on our first date.
Yes, I was so scared when he asked me that, like, he just said that we should meet, and I was very, very, very scared. I didn't know how I can talk, how I will understand him.
Because I'm very talkative.
Yeah, and I knew that we just have to do something. It's not okay if just we sit down,
Yeah.
have a coffee or something, and we just have to talk. No. So we decided to go to ice skating, right?
Yeah. We went ice skating. It was actually a very good choice that we did. But even when we chose like, okay, let's go ice skating, I think she first asked me, do you know how to ice skate? And I said, me. I come from a country where there is no snow. Good question. Do I know how to ice skate? I'll be skating on the sand back at home in England. I'm just kidding. But anyway, I didn't know how to ice skate, and I said, well, that's going to be fun because that way she can teach me. I asked her if she knew, and she said a little bit. You said you've done it before, like as a kid.
Yeah, but
it was a lie.
Actually, I said I'm professional.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was sold on the idea. I was very sold on the idea. And I remember that day I was so kind of like nervous too to meet her because this was like my officially first Tinder date, and I didn't want to make mistakes or show the wrong impression, so I went with a clear agenda to just have a good time with her and get to know her better.
Yeah. A funny thing. He didn't want to mess up anything, but he was late by an hour. Do you remember
I remember that one clearly. And I have my explanation as to why I was late. I don't want to reveal my personal reasons for coming late, but I was late by an hour. Yeah, and it's funny how 1 hour later I am arriving at I knew Caro would leave. I knew she was definitely going to leave because
no, but you said like I'll be there in 10 minutes. I'll be there in 10 minutes. And in 15-20 minutes later he's not yet here. Okay, let me write
this
him
is
again.
bad.
Okay, I'll be there in 5 minutes, 10 minutes later he's still not.
Your Budapest transportation is confusing. I was confused. I got lost. Yeah, like now you get lost. I also got lost. Budapest transportation. Anyway, let me tell you something, guys. This here is probably I don't think any guy would want to be in this position. No.
Let's hear it.
So, I come and I meet Caro. First of all, she's pissed off. First date, yeah? She's kind of pissed off. I've kept her waiting for
I was
her.
disappointed.
She was disappointed. First meeting. Okay, and I had to accept that it was a mistake on my side. But I also went with that perception. I said, well, it's my mistake. I'm going to start by apologizing. And I'm glad she waited. Thank her for waiting. Be a gentleman.
It was raining that day.
Oh, yeah, and it was raining as well. So when I came and I said to Caro, I was like, hey, it's me. Hi. She looked at me like, Then she didn't say, then I said, how are you? Sorry for keeping you waiting. She just looked at me. Then I was asking myself, is it because I've kept her waiting for such a long time that she's giving me this cold look, like she's pissed off at me, she can't even say anything? Then I'm like, so do you want us to go ice skating still? And I was just like, we're standing in the tram, and I was just thinking to myself, right, so Caro doesn't understand English at all. She cannot speak. And here we are going for an ice skate for 2 hours. I don't know how long we're going to be together, but this, I don't want it already. Because we cannot communicate. The moment of truth had finally hit, that she was right. She doesn't speak English.
I told you.
Yeah, and I was just thinking to myself, well, all right, so I already kept her waiting for an hour. And here we are going ice skating. I'd rather just go and do this with her for the 2 hours or 3 hours and call it a night. And if we have fun, well and good. If we don't have fun, then probably she'll think I'm like the worst date she's ever been on for the rest of her life. And long story short, we went for the ice skate. What happened at the ice skate?
So we started to ice skating, and Joe just started to falling down. Falling down. And that was so funny, actually. I know it wasn't funny for him, but for me,
I was suffering.
It was funny. So I say to him, okay, let me hold your hand. And we just started together the moves together, and it helped him, so that was good. But we really enjoyed it. We barely talked that night, but I enjoyed it. I don't know about you. Without a lot of communication.
No, actually I enjoyed it too, because you know the thing is that apart from just, you know, most times when you go as couples on dates, of course you try to find points of connection by conversation, right? But I knew this was our biggest limitation at that time, and I'm not saying I was mature mentally. I had some thoughts in my mind like, run away, don't put yourself in such a situation, just enjoy this moment and go home. But you always just need to treasure those tiny little moments and take those with you as the best memories, because I mean, so many things would come out of that which are negative, but you take those small moments to remember, and that was for me one of the best ones. When you just tried supporting me and helping me skate, and I was like, you know, still struggling to keep my 2 feet straight.
Yeah, it was very nice, and I think we spent there like 2 hours.
Yeah, it was like 2 hours.
Yeah, and after that we just went to drink some hot wine. Yeah, and we just walked around that place, and it was late night, and I was about to leave, so I
walked you to your bus.
Yes, thank you.
but I think that even just that, because my train came. You remember that time my train came? And I was supposed to jump onto my train, take me back, and then I first thought to myself, she waited for me for 1 hour. No, the best I can do is walk her to her bus stop, get her bus, and she can go home. Then I can wait for my next train. I don't really care, I'll just wait, you know? Yeah. And
the moment when I jumped into the bus, he said something to me, and I didn't understand. I just said hi to him, like I waved. Maybe he said that send me a message when you reach home or something like that.
Yeah, that's actually what I said.
But I didn't understand.
Yeah.
So I reached home and I just waited. I didn't want to write to him. But a few minutes later he wrote to me like, I hope you're safe, you reached home safely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we spoke about everything. We really hope that you enjoy this story time with us. We shared our very first moments with you, and if you have any questions, just feel free to ask in the comment section. So if you like this video, just like it, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
And we shall be seeing you in the next video. That's been our time for today. God bless you and goodbye.